Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, global Atomians, wherever you are. I see you are loyally coming back to the Atomy International Business class every week. And last week, we really have a really great session with Crown Master Jason Shim from USA. I'm sure everyone must have taken a lot of notes, and probably you have implied some of the tips by our Crown Master. But today, we also have a very special speaker from Canada, and I will explain about it later. But I'd like to welcome everyone. And we're going to have a short break for 1 week after this business class. Then we're going to continue after with our Seren Rose Master Israel Kim. So before we start, as always, I would like to imply the Zoom name requirement for admission. I still see just a few people being in the waiting room, just a couple of them. Make sure they follow the proper Zoom name requirement, because this is a closed Zoom session only for our invites or our lineages. So if you're not using the proper Zoom name requirement, you won't be admitted. So like always, we start with the country code and the full name and mastership or the dealership and the speaker, which is one of the global leaders, 6 of us here, who invites you into this meeting. So we're gonna watch a short video from our chairman part. So we got a little bit idea of who we are in Atomy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello, Atomy members worldwide. My name is Hangel Pa, and I will be in charge of the safe operation of the AWSS. Use of all electronic devices are allowed during the flight, including cell phones and tablet PCs for your convenience. We will do our best to make flight AWSS a shortcut to success. Have a pleasant flight.
A company that keeps the principles and creates a new distribution culture. A company that grows from the trust of its global customers. A company that cherishes the spirit and embodies love and sharing. A company that goes for customer success beyond customer satisfaction. We are Proud Atomy. After establishing its headquarters in South Korea in 2009, Atomy has opened branches in 20 countries around the world. Based on its unique core values, and has reached the mark of 15 million members globally, and is connecting the world as a market. With the philosophy of absolute quality and absolute pricing, we have achieved 0% refunds for 10 years. Hemohim only was sold over 1 trillion Korean won worldwide. 4,970 global seminars were held for our customer success. 4,260 global centers were opened for our aspiring members. Ranked as top 10 companies with high growth rate through continuous sales growth every year. With an unlimited potential in the global market, global sales exceeded 1.9 trillion Korean won in 2020. And we are preparing for a bigger leap forward through various global markets. Based on Atomy's management strategy that puts honesty and goodwill above all else, and the philosophy of absolute quality and absolute price that no one can follow, we are practicing our absolute goal of realizing our customers' success. And we are having a good influence on all the places where sharing is needed, so that all members of society can live a better life through principle-centered, mutual growth, and sharing culture. Atomy promises to lead the global market and moves on to a bigger stage with you through the success of our customers.
All right.
구독, 좋아요 눌러주세요.
So after that video, don't you feel that you feel proud you're in Atomy? I am. I feel I'm a proud Atomian, right? Because we have the best product in the world. We have the best companies in the world. We have the best compensation plan in the world, right? So just like usual, we're going to start our business class with chanting our company motto. I will unmute everyone and make sure you shut up from your lung when we are reciting our company motto. Okay, everyone is unmuted. Okay, let me just explain how we do it. So I will say company motto, are you all ready? When I say ready, you say yes. Then when I say go, then you're gonna say cherish the spirit, and then so on and so forth. Okay, is everyone ready? Company motto.
Yes.
Yes.
Go. Cherish the spirit.
Create
The vision.
Follow the faith.
Serve in humility.
Aja.
Aja. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. I'll mute everyone again back. All right, thank you. Thank you for joining our Atomy International Business Class 2022 Season 2. So we are doing this every year, and we started back in September 2021 with 6 global leader. It was Diamond Master Ju Armstrong from Australia, and Star Master Jessica Punyan from Malaysia, and Sherry Lee, Sharon Rose Master from USA, Israel Kim, Sharon Rose Master from USA, and Essie Lee from Canada, Sharon Rose Master, and myself, Sharon Rose Master Mike Sujari from Canada. So we would like to bring this business class every week or every bi-weekly. So we want to educate all the global Atomians about how to become a successful Atomian, right? Of course, we're going to do this business in the right way, not in the kind way, but it has to be in the right way. So the business class commitment as follow. The first one is I agree to attend every week's class. Failing to attend each class, I understand that I may not be admitted to the next classes. Second, I must join on time. Late admission may not be admitted into the Zoom. Third, I must have undivided attention. I will refrain from cooking, laying down, and other personal activities. Fourth, I must focus and learn as much as possible to become a successful Atomy business owner. And the Zoom etiquette as follow. First one, you must use the Zoom name requirement as shown on the screen. And second, you must be on time. Third, you must turn on the camera when it's possible. Fourth, you must dress appropriately. Fifth, you must stay seated with undivided attention. Sixth, mute your microphone when you're not speaking. So this is the lineups of our speakers of this season 2, 2022. So I would like to we finished the first 4 weeks with our Star Master Jessica Punyan as the opening of business class, and then it was followed by the guest speaker from Korea. It was Royal Master Ju Young Park, and then it was Sherry Lee, Sharon Rose Master from USA, and then it was followed by Crown Master Jason Shim from USA last week. So today we really have a very special speaker. She is Sharon Rose Master from Canada as well. And her name, I'm sure everyone knows her already, Essie Lee. She has been known for so many years in explaining about the company introduction, about marketing plan, even about the products. Even when I started, I met Essie in YouTube. I met a young, beautiful lady and explaining about the company. And back then, she was only like a Diamond Master, right? And then I met her in the seminar back in September 2018, and she was a Sharon Rose, and I learned a lot from her. Then I invited her to one-on-one global leaders interview in my channel, Atomy International, and then we became good friends after that, right? So the mic is yours, Sharon Rose Master Essie Lee, whenever you're ready.
All right. Good morning, good evening, everyone. How are you? I'm just going to, this is a thing, Zoom really opened up the horizon so we can be doing this at the same time. It's very easy to sort of put it at the back burner because we can't see each other. So I'd like to always see who actually devoted this time, and you said to yourself, I'm going to really involve myself. I understand that this is a very busy time for North America, getting the kids out the door, getting to your office. So I understand if you can't have the video on, but I like to always look at the beautiful faces of Atomians who are attending so we can communicate and make sure, and I'll do my very best to deliver some kind of, even if it's just one line of anything of value that you can take away, or at least you can feel like, I feel like this was very hopeful comment, or you learned something. I hope I can at least resonate with you. So going forward, it can be, not just that, we just sat through a Zoom for the sake of it. That's just doesn't work anymore, right? So for those who has never met me, my name is Essie Lee. And like Mike said, from Canada, I have 2 teenagers, 2 girls, and I just dropped them off to school. Quick, a little earlier. I don't think the gate was even open. I'm like, you need to go because we have this global Zoom that I have to attend and participate. And just last year, if you're ever in Canada, because I know there's a lot of members from Malaysia, Indonesia, US, even Korea, we just opened, me and our team, we have our members here actually, that we opened a center last year. We call it Markham Vision Center. And some people on that street came to me and said, we thought you were like optometrist, like glasses store, because it's vision. I'm like, only if you knew. That's just the jokes. But then why do we name our center Vision? Is because it really ties into what I'm about to share today, 8 steps to success. A lot of people know a lot of things about self-motivating, self-growth. So it's the same thing in Atomy. We call it a manual. How do you do Atomy? Then you can send them a video, or you can present on 8 steps to success saying this is how you do Atomy. But the first part of it all is creating the vision, as how we just chant it out right now. It's about wanting something so bad that you might change the way you do things to get there. So this Atomy is all about that. And that's where we're going to start. Where is my picture? Am I able to share right now?
Oh yeah, Essie, you can just start sharing. Yeah.
Hold on. Okay. So I don't want to have too many slides. I'd like to communicate and things like that. And since this is not, so Mike knows that we have a lot of official seminars. When I just became sales master, diamond master, there were not a lot of contents in English. So me and some speakers that were able to translate contents from Korea, well, in North America anyways, we did a lot of that. Even before I really established everything really solid, we were trying that. And now what I can share is something more intimate. Can you see everything? Because there's things blocking the slide. Everything's good?
Yeah, we can see it. Yeah, thanks.
Okay. So since there's only like 80 of us, and I consider all of you my family, right? Just 6 leaders. We have not met each other. Only Mike. I think only Mike, me and you met because we are here, but I have not met anybody here, but I'm going to consider this meeting intimate. That's why we close it so we can share more. I think everyone sort of feels that, yeah, this business, you have to drive quickly and it's just easier when you show results in a short period of time. And actually that was the case for me at the beginning. Okay, so this is not a very easy thing to share, but I will think that people can relate. If you haven't, you're gonna meet partners who will run into it. So then when you see the vision of things and you do your steps of success, but what I'm trying to tell you is that life will happen to everyone, or things will happen so that it will sort of try to drag you down and send you back to where you came from. I think one thing, so you may have delayed me. I thought my journey in Atomy was moving so quickly when, even before I met Mike, it just moved so quickly so that I'm like, oh, it's not that complicated. I figured like I worked so much and so hard and I was seeing results. I became sales master, diamond master, and then even Sharon Rose master. It did happen, but when things happen and you sort of get beaten down in your life, and there's nothing you can do. And one thing really pushed me through, and I'm here today, and I was able to open up a center, and our team is gathering our energy back to where we need to go, is this, that the vision of Atomy, what we saw, not just as a on a personal level, but a few leaders that when we got together a few years ago, that we want to do this for this reason. It's Denise, our team members, David's dream, Inhe's dream, Sue's dream, all these dreams never left me. And I don't think I could die without helping them achieve these dreams that I promised that I will help you to realize your dreams. So if you are just getting into Atomy, you might think, okay, just tell me how to sell these products, or why should I sell these products? You can find that information anywhere on YouTube. But here, what I'm trying to say is that we deal with our life. And if you found that this business, you consider it as a definite vehicle to take you to where you need to go, then there's some steps that you need to take. And this is what I need to tell you. 8 steps to success. You can definitely go to YouTube and find Mr. Park's version, Young Park's version. But I look at it this way. So there's 3 parts to what is it? And this is nothing new. I've seen this before with other company. I worked in real estate. For those who didn't know, I sold homes in that area for some years. Before that, I was selling mortgages. I was always in sales. And I had to always self-motivate, which is really consuming. But I think it's a good practice before you get to Atomy, working at a position where you need to self-motivate on a regular basis. So when I saw this, I'm like, I know this. They always, even at my real estate company, they used to have these workshops, and they always help you visualize your goals. Imagine the Ferrari you can run when you sell these many homes. You know, I've been there, done that. But when it comes to Atomy, the structure is almost the same. So you have to find what you want. Like there's business plan. Number 1, 2, 3 is business planning. Whether you make this a part-time hobby or you make this into your lifetime business, up to you. And either way, we welcome all of them. Even if you buy a box of toothbrush a year, I still love you. But if you want to do business with us, then I think planning the business is bare minimum. So when you're thinking about Atomy business, number 1, set up goals. What do you want? What do you want to get out of this? And without really knowing the product's company and compensation plan, your goals for number 1 could be $500, maybe $1,000, because you don't know the strength of this products of Atomy, or the compensation plan, or the mindset of the owner, the founder. So setting up goals already involves learning about everything that offered by Atomy. Okay, so setting up goals. Number 2 is, in order to get to those goals, what are you willing to put in? What's your input? And number 3 is, and who are you going to involve? Okay, and number 4, 5, 6, I look at it as an action items. So you plan, but if you don't have any actions, then there's nothing. So inviting, showing, following up, I'll go through them in detail. So just letting you know that this is how I look at it. And there's following up, a lot of follow through. And the last 2 parts, I look at it as business growth. I know a lot of people who does number 1. Some people don't bother too much with number 1 either, but having a sense of, I need to plan this business, right? Do it your own way. This is a ways that this company thought this is a more optimal way to do things. And a lot of people go out and share. They sell products. They share your products, the facials, everything. And they even help them follow up with their questions. Ooh, the shampoo you didn't like so much, why? And they share and they fix the problem. And then they stop there. I think business will not grow unless you go through number 7 and 8. So this is the gem of everything. So consulting with sponsors, some people overlook that. And duplication, if you don't have that set up, then probably a lot of people won't be growing. Only you're as good as your own ability if you don't go through number 8. Number 8, that's where the leverage starts. That's how you care about your partners. You help them to do what you do so they can also bring in the income and then multiply after. So this is just a basic overview of things. And of course, you could be new and you might think, what is that ASM? That means auto sales master. And this is something from the company. You always want to do your 8 steps to success in ASM direction. So you're trying to become an auto sales master. That should be your very basic fundamental goal if you're not there yet. And they will say that that's probably where you spend the most energy. And then it goes from there. So if you're not really sure what that means, I think you should consult with your sponsor. What is ASM? But just try to understand the concept of things. So in order to do all this, a big business, they say life scenario is the key. But what is life scenario? Everyone has a book somewhere, right? I try to carry mine around now. Again, if you're not really sure, talk to your sponsor. But basically, life scenario is where you look at your life like a movie and you write out the scenario. So when does the main character comes out? What about the main male character, and when do they fall in love? When do they do this and that, and how do they end up? So if you are not really sure about that, please talk. But basically knowing where you are going in life and pre-setting it, pre-planning it, it doesn't leave you, you don't just get in the cab, taxi, Uber, Uber. You don't just like Uber, get in the Uber, say, hey, drive fast. Anyway, you already tell them, I need to go to this Yonge Street, 2025, Yonge Street, Toronto. You said that before, so he knows where to take you. And that's the concept. So first step is completing the life scenario, but easily put, the number one step basically is, what do you want? And I know it sounds kind of sad. There's women in our 40s, 50s. We got together the other day, and they're beautiful, lovely women with soft hearts, just kind in general, quiet. They don't cause any troubles in society or anything. They're just regular people, but they know Atomy. They want to do Atomy. But instead of sharing compensation plan, we sat down and we tried to write out the bucket list. The first thing that you will write here is trying to write the bucket list. What do you want? What do you want? And we were so sad. It was so hard to get past number 5. You know, moms, we have children, and you can write things about you want for your children. You can write 30, 50 things, but yeah, I wish she can have this, she can do that. But no, I said for you. Let's say, Sarah, this is for you. What do you want in life? And we had to literally squeeze out like our brain to think, what do I want? We don't want anything. We're thankful. We're thankful that our family is, most of them are healthy. We're thankful that we're given clothes on our back. And we figure that a lot of women my age, they don't want a lot, maybe. And people were like, oh, should we go on trips? Okay, put that down there. How about a Chanel bag? Okay, let's put that down. It was just little humbling that we don't need a lot to be happy. But this is not about the material things. What do you want? But everybody wanted the same thing, though. We want to be able to give as much as we want. Then let it be your niece, let it be your parents, could be your yourself, or you can think of your family members, your friends that you just want to endlessly give, being able to give. That's a good thing. Sometimes I come across people, and I know a few in my team that they have really, really, really great cause why they're into it. So setting this up, I am telling you, people jump to number 4, 5, 6 so quickly, and then they burn out after 2 weeks. So if you love yourself and if you love your partners, really spend time with them and trying to come up with number 1. It could take a week, but number 1, finding out what they really want in their life. Why? Because Atomy involves a lot of things that like you never did, like talking to people about products. That's the last thing I wanted to do after selling homes. I love my customers. At the same time, at the end of the night, I just want to go home. I don't talk to anybody. I just want to turn off my phone and disconnect, because you're always with people. And same thing in Atomy, you have to be always around people, work with people. And sometimes if it's not in your character, it might be tough. I'm saying I could be extroverted, but I could be a little shy. So it's a bit weird mixture. So sometimes I love to be out, but sometimes I need to be in. Or some people might find hard to even be somewhere physically, and we need to be at meetings to grow. So whatever it is, doing something that you're not really used to doing in Atomy, and there's nobody telling you what to do. You have to drive yourself to get your goals. Basically, you'll have to find something, and number one is going to be the one that I spend the most time. That you have to find something that makes your heart pump. It has to pump like crazy. Do you have anything like that? Does anyone here think of something? It could be anything. It could be, some people tell you food, like food is my language, cooking food for someone. Or some people are really into racing. Some people are into photography or traveling. Do you have something that, I'm just curious. If you're not shy, because I just want to know, because it was so hard for some of our groups. Do you have anything that make your heart pump like crazy? Anything? I'm not going to judge. Do you have anything? And put it in the chat rooms. I just want to know. Do you have anything? It could be as silly as, I don't know, spicy food, whatever. Do you have anything that drives you crazy and you want to do it all the time? You want to see it all the time, so that maybe if Atomy can help me to do that, then I'll do Atomy every day. Traveling the world with my husband and photography. Wow. Yes. Even traveling, those who have traveled, they know the beauty of it. I guess I haven't traveled enough, but that is definitely on my list. So throughout the lecture, if you can come up with something, it could be comic books, collecting Marvel comics, whatever it is. I'd like to know what drives you nuts. Like you just want to be doing it all the time. And that should be, for me, I think when I can feel that I did everything, when I see that face of my parents, or when I can visualize my kids being really content because I was able to provide, or being really content because I was able to travel with them, I think it's more along that line. And number two is determination. So let's say you set up. So if you don't have number one set up, number two becomes very feeble. I don't know. Maybe I want a Chanel bag in 3 years, or a Birkin bag is like $40,000. I don't know. Some people are into it, watching these things on Netflix, get these girls wanting things. That's fine. But then determination. Well, if you just want like $200 a month, your determination is probably going to shrink to respond to that. So spending time to grow your number one. I'd love to be able to be in the Leaders Club, like Jessica, or in the Royal Leaders Club. But to do what? What is the verb there? So you're able to donate to build that school, like Ji-Young Park did. And some of the members in our team, they're already doing something like that to share more. And so if you're talking about 2, 3, 4, 500,000. We had our sponsor, Nami Lee. She's the first Crown Master in Canada. She came to our center the other day for one-day seminar. And she opened our eyes up to something. She's in Crown Leaders Club. So she's making more than 400,000 a year. For sure, she's like way more than that. And this is okay for me to share. When she became that Crown Master, and she really doesn't want to talk about numbers and dollars usually, but she told us that 2 weeks, in 15 days, all the commissions and promotions put together, it was 400,000 Canadian dollars. And people were like, they were here wrong. 40,000 or 400,000? 400,000 in 15 days in August. Mike, can you believe that? Until then, we had a daughter, some mom dragged to our center. She just couldn't be bothered to be there, huffing and puffing. And then she sat through it. And there's another person who obviously doesn't really care to be there. But when she started talking about that, and then she showed us the trips that she took to Germany, Switzerland, everywhere she went, these people were almost falling off their chair because the face was so close to the front. Why? Now we're talking because a lot of people think Atomy is like a little cute hobby. If you can make $200, $2,000, I'd be happy. That's why we only put in $2,000 worth of effort. But when she showed visually, she visually helped us to visualize my own, that this could be your life. I don't think some people slept that day, and your determination changes. So we had a leader. She lives far. And when this happened, her action changed, because now you know that, oh, and actually, if she can do it. Namilee's never worked in her life for money, not even $1. She said she never made money before. Housewife forever. And then she starts Atomy 10 years ago. Now she's in the Crown Ladies Club. And then some of this woman's heart starts to pump. Maybe I can do it too. Maybe I can do it while I'm in my 30s, 40s, right? Namilee's in her 60s and living her life up. Imagine you can do that in your 40s, 30s, 20s, and inherit that stuff 3 generations. So this is not a joke. You want to take it as a little fun, that's fine. But big business, then your determination better be as big, but no one can force you, right? It's about a mindset. Now we're racing through, and self-led positive opportunity cost. Yeah, sometimes it's not, your determination can only be measured, someone said that, by the opportunity cost that you're paying. It could be your daily K-drama watching time. That's how I started, or it could be just about everything. And I like to use this as an example. Jeannie Lee is another Royal Master in Canada. I really like her stuff. When she shares her mindset and her results, I look up to her in that way. And she said this, guys, let's say, Mike, you're driving to your dentist, okay? You need to do something for your filling, and then you get a call from your daughter. Oh, you have a son, sorry. Let's say you have, and your son calls, Dad, someone just dropped $50,000 in cash at a backyard. What would you do? Go get your filling done, get your scaling done, and then go back?
No, go back home and
you turn around. You turn around before your other neighbors pick up your cash, right?
Right.
That's what Jeannie Lee said. That's the information of Atomy. Oh, let me think. I have to go and drive my my mother-in-law to her Zumba, and then I have to go and do grocery shopping, and then I'm really busy because my friend's coming to play. We're gonna watch K-drama together, and then I come to meeting. Did you get that? We have to do this, do that, and then maybe I'll come and do Atomy. They say that it's our fault, our sponsor's fault, if your partner's acting that way. But you show them everything and still be like that, but what can you do? But don't worry about other people. Don't worry about your sponsors. Don't worry about your partners. Is your mindset turning your car around so urgently because the cash is being dropped at your backyard all the time? Namilee showed that if you take your time to become a Royal Master, you're losing $60,000 every month. So more than $50,000 that dropped at Mike's backyard. You're losing $60,000 loss every month if you take your sweet time to become Royal Master. So she's like, you're spending time to be here on a Sunday afternoon, it was, but you're spending your time on a Monday morning. Monday morning, it's Monday, and you're spending your time, especially with your video open, you're determined to make something out of it. But at the back of your mind, after the meeting, you're like, yeah, but I'll do it starting tomorrow. Right? Think about that 50,000 being dropped at your doorstep, and then you are taking your time, or you get to it right away, and we will tell you what needs to happen. So it's about your mindset. Urgency. I need to get there quick. And life happens. It doesn't matter. You just get back up right away and then just keep going and going and going. And number 3 already is the listing up. Some people get very offended. Like, why do I have to give you private information of my friends? She's not there yet. Let her try more products. Once you know that products are wonderful, like it's crazy good, then she's going to start, oh yeah, I should tell my sister. I should tell my neighbors. Yeah, that's the listing up already. So tell her, hey, why don't you write it down? Because you're going all over this place. So if you write it down, we'll talk about who we're going to talk to first. That's a list up. Who do you want to know? I just opened an awesome, fantastic online shopping mall business, or a bakery. I love baked goods, or bubble tea store. Whatever you have just opened up a business. Who do you want to tell? Just the people that are open-minded, or those people who are enthusiastic? For Atomy business, if they have face, that's what Mr. Park said. If they have a face, or at least some teeth or hair to brush, they're all our customers. So absolutely everyone. There's something for everyone at Atomy, right? So you list up just about everybody. For who? Not for your sponsors to look at and tell you what to do, but this is for you and your sponsors to sit down and say, hey, how am I going to run my business and invite all these people to my business so they know that I just opened up an awesome business. Number 4, now this is the action part. You have to invite. And your PV, a lot of your work results as actually, let's just say that number 1 to 3 is done. It's just amount of your action. I had somebody broke my heart some time ago. She was my good friend. And she said, I don't know, I've been doing this for like 2.5 years, but like I'm not seeing anything. And she left Atomy. I'm sure people can relate. She left. And I was really, really, really happy to have her on board. And I was really hoping that we will succeed together so we can enjoy this glorious outcome together, but she gave up. She left. And I didn't know what to tell her. And then I consulted with my sponsor about that. I said, she left. I thought she loved Atomy, but she left. What went wrong? My sponsor said, oh, not when she was already upset, but you should ask. You should have asked to ask herself just about how many people did you talk to? How many new members did you help joining Atomy? How many people did you introduce to Atomy so they start using the product for the first time? How many people, not the people that you meet for coffee all the time, not the people that you always, they're already customer. Yes, expanding their usage is one thing, but you know they're already using, you just meet them for chit chat. No, I'm not talking about that. Reaching out to cultivate, to create new pool of consumers, you putting yourself out there and meeting people, inviting. You don't invite an existing someone. She's already using Hemohim. So why are you inviting her to Hemohim? Maybe you can invite her to our skincare or vice versa, but you know what I'm talking about. If you are just doing things for the sake of it, you're wronging yourself because we don't have a boss. You don't have a boss to slide through. So how many people? So she said you should have asked, how many people did you meet last 1 month, last 1 week, or yesterday? And I thought about it, I'm like, that's true. She didn't join anybody new for like 2-3 weeks, but she's at the meeting all the time. But when I looked at her lineage after, almost for a month, there was nobody new and purchased a real product. So then I'm like, okay, I should have consulted with her that we need to work on the actual action plan, and maybe we can do this together. Inviting people to your products is not just to the meetings, Zoom meeting, but to our products, actual company and compensation plan and vision. All those 4 things, keep inviting people to. One of them is called invite. And I don't know why it's not moving. Oh, there. And when you're sharing products, Namili said that too, but this is very important. So I used to be I told you I'm extroverted. I love to be with people, but I can be very awkward with people when I see them for the first time. So when I used to like share products, if I don't know you very much, I used to like give them products. I didn't even go out of my car sometimes. I'll like relay the product. Sometimes I'm too shy even to take, like I couldn't wait for the few seconds to go through the wallet. I'd be like, just e-transfer me. And I'll just zoom off. I used to do that. Can you believe it? And then one of the girls who I did that to, I didn't even help her to become a member, became a member for my my partner. And we met later. She's like, yeah, you were so funny that you just literally just threw that box of probiotics and just zoomed away. And that's so bad. Key is, it's about being effective, right? So if you're taking your time to go drive or take the bus to give that person the products, you have to share Atomy in a multifaceted. I start to do that when I got a little more confident though. And I think here's a toothbrush, give me the money, bye. I'll give you the PB later. That's not enough. So when you share the products, you share the benefit of this. Yes, you know why this is yellow? Have you really thought about that? Why is this toothbrush yellow? And you talk about the nano gold and all that stuff and profit. But what Namili shared with us is that vision part. She said, when you're giving her the box of toothbrush or probiotics, then you're basically giving a gift of the chance for freedom. She traveled for the whole month. She traveled to Europe, UK, and she came back, and then she became Crown Master after 10 days. Complete freedom. You can live your life on your own terms and help just about everyone that you want to help. So she said, this toothbrush should be given with that vision. That's why she says she takes like 10 minutes. If they want to take one free toothbrush from her, she needs to listen to her for like 10 minutes before she lets go of that toothbrush, right? So think about it. I think it's a really smart way to share products, adding everything on the top. Number 5 is showing the plan. STP, Korean people call it showing what? What did you invite them for? Company, products, vision, whatever. You talk to them and then you see the hot button. Oh, this man needs extra income. This lady wants more in her life, more purpose-driven success. This person is faith-driven. You need to identify by listening and showing them what they came for. If you can't do it by yourself, it's a good idea to go with a sponsor or bring them to the meetings or something like this. So you don't have to squeak over, but yours already been explained to. Number 6 is this is where you know that you're a consumer or a distributor. A lot of people, especially at the beginning, because there was only Korean people getting all this information first. Now everybody has the same information. But I guess sometimes Korean people still get some information before, but it's so open. I think Malaysia is so good with communicating with leaders, so they get all the information first. Sometimes we're in dark, even though we're in Canada. So people have questions. It could be product, or it could be, how do you join people in Japan? You know how, it's just very different from here. Then some people, quickly they ask the sponsor. They dumb themselves down. I'm really sorry, but I think that's very unprofessional. Did you try to go around and look for it first and then pass the buck? Yes, if you want to get support, I think your heart needs to be connected. And with the base that I'm really big on time. So if I feel that you're trying to save me time, that's my love language almost. If I can see that you're doing things to save my time, I feel so loved. I feel so appreciated. So if I feel like, you can Google that stuff, you can just give them a call, but you're asking me, I'm just like, you want to be a consumer? Go ahead. You help them. But and then she's talking about becoming a royal master, imperial master. Then you talk and say, hey, I know we're trying to leverage our time, but I want you to know things firsthand. So if I don't know, let's look at it together. But at the same time, if you are a distributor, that's when you go back. So whether you're a sponsor or not, you have a sponsor or not, You take the problems to your hand. Someone said, I feel like my hair is sticky after using this product. What's the problem? You go there and trying to solve the problem. And usually we are all good with that because we care. And we also understand that our income really depends on the repeat purchase. I hope you understand. I hope you understand that in North America, it's almost impossible to charge margin. So we rely on people coming back for more. So do you think someone who you like to deal with is at least, even if I wasn't able to solve your problem, I did my very best, then wouldn't you want to like buy my products again from me? So I think this is where we spend a lot of time and doing things the right way. So it's more of a challenge for some of us, including myself, I think, but this is where everything is. Number 4, 5, 6, action item. And so many leaders will tell you that that's where the money is, in the field. In the field. Jason Shim said that, yes, last time? Yeah, this is, and the Imperial Master said that too. Your money is not in the Zoom. You get what you need to get, and then you get out and do the action. Now, already at the last part is, so you are doing really good at number 1, 2, 3. You did it with your sponsor. You know where you're going with this. And then number 4, 5, 6, you can do it yourself. You can do it as a team. You can do it with your sponsor. Action, action, action all day. And then now this number 7 and 8 is how you want to grow it really big. Number 7 is a communication business, I think. And I'm not going to lie, there's so many women in this business. And I feel that emotion gets to play the part, then it becomes very difficult. Sometimes it could be a good thing. I think good leaders are able to read other people's emotions. So if you're too thick-walled, then you might not get so emotional, but you might not understand. So having a lot of like ladies in our team is a good thing. At the same time, as a team leader, it's not about being a woman or not. There's emotions because there's money, there's success, there's everything involved. But what I'm saying is some teams, I find that they drive it too much that way. Ooh, I didn't like the way she talked to me. I didn't like the way she explained this. I learned to be numb about things, but I think as long as you know, unless your sponsor is really, I'm sorry, unless your sponsor is really dumb, she would never wish bad for you. I'm sorry. So consultation has to happen on the base that the sponsors might not be perfect sponsor. All our parents love our children, but do they have all the skill sets to be perfect parents? As a parent, I am so far from being perfect. I feel so bad for my children sometimes, right? I love it when some parents can really cook well for the children. Everything always kind of busy. They have to eat light, quick. I feel always bad. And do you not yell at your kids? I don't know. Maybe you don't, but just because we're not perfect doesn't mean we don't love our children, right? So consultation has to start with the base that the sponsors wish you well. Why? That has everything to do with their success. Okay, so I know it's a sensitive topic. Just because you think you're in a bigger side and you think your sponsor is not giving you as much affection and attention, it's on her. In order to become Imperial Master, everyone needs everybody. Everyone needs everybody. I'm a key player. It doesn't matter where you are. So if your sponsor acts certain way, you think she don't care about me because I'm on the bigger side, then it's a misconception. Everyone needs everybody, business-wise. And then sometimes they might do that because they don't see far enough. And then you just keep moving on. But consultation is important because I've made it to Sharon Rose, and then now our next goal is Star Master, right? But there's a saying between Korean distributors: you might make, you might sell, you might do everything to become Sharon Rose by yourself with your partners. But smart distributors, they work with sponsors. It's very difficult, almost impossible to become Star Master on your own. You need to work with sponsors, and they say that because some people will keep everything. Yeah, this is my team. We call it umbrellaing. I don't want anyone to talk to my sponsor. This is another very, but again, we're intimate here. What I'm saying is, like I said, you don't have to love everybody, but we have to work with everybody. In order for you, it's not only for you. As soon as you umbrella in your team, you're cutting them off from the source of nutrition, information, prayers. So even if you, and not everything is all gravy, I think I will have to do my best to keep things flowing, because some partner will get positive effect and they will match well with some sponsor. So looking at this as a big business, consultation is about keeping that communication channel free and open. I have experience where I did umbrella my team, thinking I'm protecting my team from whatever. Now that I think about it, it was a very smart move. But you have to try things and you know what works for you. But if you want, if you don't want to make unnecessary mistakes, keep it polite and keep it constructive. Sponsors are not your emotional garbage can. They're still human. You don't want them to get depressed, right? But they will listen to you with the heart that want to help you. Even if they can help you solve the problem, wonderful. But even if they can't, if you feel better coming out of consultation, that's a good consultation, right? So don't look up, don't look down. As a sponsor, if you have one person in your group, you're already a sponsor. Am I a good sponsor? That's the question that I like to ask myself. Sometimes I feel so bad about myself. Then I'll get better tomorrow. I want to be a better person tomorrow every day. That's all you have to know. And I'm far from it right now, but I'll keep going and like to help us to get there. So keep it constructive. It's very necessary. Last one already is duplication. Meaning what? Think of this as a store. We don't have physical store, but you want a store. If you don't have anybody working very hard like yourself, then you're like in a convenience store on its own, right? Let's say you make really nice burger. Okay, so Jessica is a really good cook. I know that. Let's say your burger is like, everyone says you should open up a store. So Jessica opens up a store, right? A burger place. But if you and your husband doing it, it's a mom and pop shop. But do you want that or you want a franchise? Jessica, what do you want to call your burger joint if you want? Jessica's burger? JB burger? Huh? What did you say?
Burger.
Global burger. Okay. So global burger. So now she started from a shop, but now she's about to make a franchise out of it. What do you need? You need to train people, the burger, who's going to flip the burger, who's going to serve, who's going to manage the franchise. You need to train them and you need to have a manual. You know that, right? Of course. How many slices of tomatoes, how many the cucumber coins, and how much of ketchup. This all manual, right? You don't need any of that if you just want a mom and pop shop. So you just want your Atomy business like a little shop, independent store, then you can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter, no meetings necessary. It's just that if I want an empire, I want everyone to make it. That means it will have to become really big. But how many people can you really train effectively at once? Apparently, somebody did some studies, apparently 3 to 4 maximum. So we learned that in real estate, I cannot take more than 3 to 4 buying customers on my own, because then my 24/7, I will be driving around with the people who wants to buy homes. So that's why people form teams, they delegate. So for Atomy, it's the duplication. For Atomy, it's the meetings. Why? So Jessica recruited these people who wants to open up an empire. For us, same things. Jessica's in the Leaders Club member, and she's a Star Master. So let's say, who wants to be next Star Master? And then like 20 people came to her. So if you have to like train each one of them, she will not sleep. 20 people having to train at once. But she creates the system. And the company has a system called One Day Seminar, Success Academy, and she has her own center. So your own center program, and all 20 of them come together. And you talk 1 hour and you told them what they need to learn that day, and they went home. That's 1 hour spent for 20 people. So what about everyone in their team come around? So what about 20,000 people? All they have to do is come to Jessica's training, and you can bring just about anybody. It can be 1 million people. She can be done in 1 hour. That's the power of system, right? So how do we build a system? First, by going there, being a part of system. I think Jason Shim says that. Follow and be the system. Be a part of the speakers. Be a part of the person who does testimonies, making the slides, or just sitting there, even if you have to doze off. Be that person until the system starts working for you. So if you feel like nobody's working but you, that means you don't have a system. If your sponsor has a great system, go help. Why? Because you can use that. So if people backing off, as long as I don't have to do it, and there's no system, you're lucky if you can make it to semi-sales master ongoing, I think. If you're really passionate, maybe DM and share roles. But they say that anything over than that, you need duplicate, and this is what's going to set apart whether you're going to make it big, like Nami Lee, Jason Shim, Imperial Masters, like big that you can't even count every day how much money that's coming in through, how many people that's thanking you for changing their lives you cannot keep track of, and you cannot keep track of the children that you're supporting. I want that. Then we need to duplicate. How do we duplicate? Creating a system. How do we create the system? Being a part of it and then running it together. So the rest, I think we can talk to your sponsors for more, but I like this is it. Atomy opportunity is available for everybody as long as we have a branch out there. So 25 with the logistics and website open, and 54 extra company that you can be a member of. That means we're going to reach out there soon. So 80 countries, the opportunity is available for everyone. Everyone. But does anybody can join in 80 countries? Yes, anybody can join Atomy if it's in your country, but not everybody becomes an Imperial Master just because you have an account. But I think I already kind of shared that what needs to happen, and it's note to self. I'm in no position to say, hey, you do this, you do that. But what I'm saying is my struggle was keeping things in focus. When things happen, life happens, but never giving up. I never even thought about giving up one day. It just takes some more time. Okay, and get that obstacle out of the way. Just keep going and then going and then going, and having your partners and sponsors understanding that I will never give up until I make sure that your dreams came true, my dreams come true, because I chose to be successful in Atomy on the day one, even before I became a sales master. So the choice is mine, choice is yours. Only who make the choice will enjoy the fruit called success. And I strongly believe that. So I hope if you're in a situation where you feel like, I don't know, where am I going? I'm not getting another check. It's been so long that I'm getting one check a month. Is $70 going to be anything? Or you just had a rough day at work where people sometimes attack you. Just really about anything can affect our life in Atomy. But is your vision so clear? Like I said, when I decided to become a sales master, I really picked out that dress that I'm going to wear for Imperial Master ceremony, right? That silver glitter dress until then, and having everyone who didn't give up and still we're intact and pursuing together. Because of those team members, I will never give up. So what's it for you? I guess that's it for me, Mike. Thank you everyone for listening to me. And I hope you visit Canada one day and say hello to us. I love that. So thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Essie. Thank you so much. So, Let's give her another big round of applause, everyone. So who is here the first time, the very first time about the 8 steps to success? Can you type in the chat box 1 if you are the very first time hearing the 8 steps to success? Because I've heard 8 steps to success maybe more than 100 times. But every time we hear from another leader, it'll be something new, right? We can learn something new from another leader. Yeah, Debbie 1. Anyone else? Out of the 88 people, only 1? Wow. So what do you think, right? Type in the comment, type in the chat box. I know Essie has to leave in 15 minutes, so we don't have too much time for her, but we can discuss furthermore about the 8 steps to success with other leader. So I will call the first leader, Ju Armstrong, Diamond Master from Australia, for give her remarks.
Thank you, Essie. I made lots of notes. I don't know who made, can you see that? Highlighted.
That's a
2
leader right
pages.
there.
There's more. And I mean, I've listened to, you know, I've watched the videos on 8 steps. I've listened to a lot of presentations, but you know, when Essie explains things, it's just so simple to understand. I must tell you, when I was introduced to Atomy just over 4 years ago, you know, this was before Australia opened, and there was absolutely no information about Atomy at all. So I had to just go on YouTube, and I actually found Essie, and I've listened to her, you know, the product presentation, the compensation plan, and listening to her story. That really grabbed me because I couldn't really find anyone who could have given me the information I needed. It was a lot of, you know, Korean presenters, and the typical story was they all, you know, struggling, and they became successful. So I was looking for someone also who, you know, who's successful, and also had a career, having like, you know, I have accounting backgrounds. I was looking for someone that I could actually relate to, and really Essie was the first person. So when I got to know Essie through Mike, and I was just so excited. And I mean, I'm sure you will feel her passion, and like all of us, the leaders, we really believe in Atomy and what we have in our hand. So I'm sure there is no moment that we will say that, oh, I give up, this is too difficult. I personally, I've never really had that moment, because I'm convinced, and I'm just, you know, I believe in this company and how far it can go, for all of us, if you really believe at it. So if you don't have that passion yet, then it's just because you don't have enough information. So I would encourage you to just keep you know, keep moving forward, and just ask whether it's your sponsors. If your sponsor's not active builder, then you find someone who will help you. You need to see where you belong in your lineage, and go up one step at a time, and find that person who's going to give you that fire and passion. And you just need to grab a hold of that person, whether it's your upline or your partner or your sibling lines. And I mean, you know, I always get a few like low moments, but what gets me going is believing in what I want for my future and for my family, and also my partners, who is right next to me. So yeah, it can be quite, this is good emotion that I have, because I've got my partners in this room, you know who you are. So I really appreciate you guys being next to me, and all of you. So yeah, Atomy is really special. Thank you.
Thank you, Ju. Wow, that was so beautiful. and touching. Thank you so much. Thank you. So Jessica, Star Master.
Hi, Essie. Jill, that was a very good emotion that you're feeling there. It's real and from your heart. It's good that you feel that. Essie, Essie is one of the few leaders that actually I got to know from YouTube as well. I like to follow her product sharing because she's one of those, as you said, we have not many English speaking and sharing. And I didn't know that how Atomy can, really connect, because I admire Essie so much. She's so gorgeous and she's so beautiful until my connect us all and I got to be friends with Essie. Oh, it's such a great honor. And as usual, Essie's sharing is, as you said, mentioned as well, it's so easy to understand, and even all my partners love to listen to Essie sharing. And it is so refreshing because I know that we had a lot of version of 8 steps, and she made it really easy to understand, and she really ignite a lot of key points there, especially from, us ourselves as a builder, our partners, and our purpose in actually why we are doing Atomy. I think I heard from some of this, someone said why we are not successful because we don't have good habits. So good habits plays a very important role, and also having that it steps. Yeah. So thank you so much, Essie. I love it so much. As you, I made a lot of notes as well because like, oh, wow, this is something new. Wow, this is so good. Oh, this is so good. I wrote down everything that she said. All right. And I want her notes as well. Thank you so much, Essie. You're amazing as usual. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. So anyone, if you want to ask a question, you can raise your hand. Essie, I think still have like 5 minutes. Essie, still have 5 minutes before you leave. So yeah, if you want to type in the chat box as well. So like Ju and Jess mentioned, Essie is a really strong leader and really compassionate leader. I learned a lot from her, all her videos actually, because we didn't have English speaking speaker back then. When I started 2018, there wasn't as many as today, right? So 8 steps to success, I think that is pretty basic for those who are distributor who want to do the Atomy business. You cannot skip 8 steps to success and then you want to become an imperial master. There's no way like that. All the successful leader, we all followed the 8 steps to success because like baking a cake, I know a lot of moms here, you like to bake cake, right? There's no way you can just put flour, sugar, and dough, you put it in the oven and then it'll miraculously become a cake. No, right? There's gonna be a step where you filter all the flour, make sure there's no stone, rocks, or anything like that, right? And then you put the flour, how many grams, and then there's steps in between. Same thing in our success. There's no way you just right away you start up become a Sharon Rose and then start up become a royal master. There's no way. You got follow the steps. And I think the most important thing is, like Essie said, is the determination. This is where the part you committed to yourself. Remember, the commitment get you all started, including me, but the motivation gets us going, but the consistency gets us to the finish line. If you don't have the commitment or determination in the beginning, of course, you're not gonna go anywhere. A year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, we're gonna reach at some destination. The question is where, right? You all gonna become another individual in the next 5 to 10 years. The question is who? So your determination today will change your direction where you're going in the next 5 to 10 years. So you got to make a decision. When I started 2018, I started to make my own decision. Either I want to stay the same as I was, an employee, working, building my boss's dreams, not mine, or I want to change my life entirely, but I need to make the decision, which is I do not want to miss a seminar. That was my first decision before I started doing Atomy. If I do not miss any seminar, can I be successful in Atomy? And you know what? in 9 months, I become a sales master. It wasn't as quick as other leaders, but I proved that to myself that within 1 year, at least I become a sales master. Then I continued my decision not to miss any seminar, not to miss any lecture or a Zoom meeting from my centers or whatever it is that my upline give me. I always attend. And then the year after that, I become a diamond master, right? And then the year after that in 2021, I become a Sierra Rose master. That is your determination, right? So determination will make you understand Atomy fully. Because if you say today, Mike, I know Atomy, don't even try to explain to me more because I understand Atomy. But if your action is not fully committed in Atomy, I don't think you know Atomy, right? I think you just know Atomy just on the skin level. Because if you fully understand Atomy and realize that this is a big business, there's no way you half committed. There's no way you only attend the seminar because you're not busy or because you have time. There's no way like that. I attended seminars not because I'm not busy, not because I had time, but because I wanted to make time to attend the seminars. That's two different things. Everyone here is busy. Nobody is not doing anything, right? You're either taking care of your kids, taking care of your husband or your wives, whatever it is, you must be busy making money every day. But the question is, do you want to make time for the Atomy success system? Because like Essie said, we gotta invest our time. We gotta work or be part of the system before the system is earning income, right? Just do not give up. Like our chairman says, the first 17 people, remember that story? The first 17 people attended the seminar, 6 of them quit. And then under them, there are 6 Imperial Master, there are 2 Crown Master, there's another 2 Royal Master, and there's another 1 Star Master. Imagine if you're one of them who quit in Atomy, because everyone here, we are the first 17 people. You like it or not, we are the part of the first 17 people of our sponsor. If you quit, then you're gonna be like one of those 6 people who quit it. And then can you imagine down the road, 10 years later, there's 6 Imperial Master under you. So do not quit, everyone. The people who fail in Atomy, not because they are lacking of skill or maybe they're not good looking or like Essie and everyone here, right? But because you don't have passion or you want to cut corners, you just want to fast track to become successful. There's no way like that. All Imperial Master, all the Crown Master, they all do everything from scratch. But the only thing that made them different is they didn't give up, right? So we are in the business of, there are 2 things here. The first one, we are in the business of building the pipe. You know, we are making pipes. We are not carrying buckets of water here. We are actually building pipes. So even when we are sleeping, the pipes will run all the water to our household, right? If you're building a pipe, of course, you got a plan. Before you build, you got a plan. And then you got to build it. You got to be in the action, building the pipe yourself or either with the team. You got to build with somebody else. You cannot work by yourself, like Essie says. And then you got to consult to whoever already built the pipe successfully. That is the part of consultation. You got to consult in the timely manner, maybe like once a week, maybe in a couple of days once, right? And then you got to manage them. Because once you build it, once it's built, if you do not manage, maybe some pipe are broken, maybe this, then the water doesn't flow. So all these things you got to understand. And then we're in the business of, the second one is creating leaders. That's our Crown Master Namili says, right? We are in the business of creating leaders. Who are the leaders from? From your own lineage. Not from outside, not from other MLM, and then we lure them into our business. No, it's not like that. It's from your own consumer, and then we help them to become your leaders. You help them to become their own leaders, right? But on top of that, just be humble. Because everyone here, we only have 1% of the talent. I don't have 100% of the talent. Essie doesn't have 100% of the talent, but we all get together, bring our own 1% talent, and it becomes 100% of the talent. Just be humble, knowing that you don't know anything. You don't know everything, right? Once you are humble and then you want to work with other people, that's where the team creates, okay? Thank you so much again, Sharon Rose Master Essie Lee. If anyone wants to ask question, you can raise your hand. If not, then we're gonna continue our. Oh, there's one from UK. I've been following this 8 steps to success, but still cannot afford to be a sales master because all my members do not see the vision of Atomy. What can you suggest? Essie, do you still have time to answer?
Yeah, I have a couple of minutes, but this is a really good question. So I'm not really sure your situation, whether you have a sponsor or not, because this is where consultation comes to play, because I'm doing everything right. What's happening? So you need to review what's happening. And I can only maybe share what's generally being shared. So it's like, it's not really mathematical, these steps. Actually, if you work out, if you go to the gym, you can do a lot of things, right? And you can, let's say you're doing your squats. There's certain way, it might look all the same. People are doing all the squats. Everyone wants to be fit, they look better, healthier, but there's certain muscles that you have to really squeeze. I don't know if it makes sense to you. There's certain muscles that you only know how to squeeze to do the squats to get to your results. And sometimes you need help from the trainer. Say, hey, are you putting pressure here? Your feet is too wide apart. You need to talk to your sponsor if you have someone who can talk to and sort of diagnose what's happening. But if you don't, still fine. Why? Atomy has a lot of contents where you can get to. So if you feel like you're following the steps, meaning you already have your grand vision and you know you're putting in like 8-10 hours a day, and you already listed up, you're getting to people, but they say a couple of things. If you're not seeing the PV, then generally they say that you need to ask yourself, how crazy are you about these products, Atomy? If you're crazy about products and you're following the 8 steps, even if it's 7, 8, 10 steps, there's all jumbled up. It doesn't matter. If you're crazy about Atomy products and you are sharing with people, because invitation, showing the product is all in the 8 steps, you're saying that you're doing it. But if you're not seeing the PV, think about how many products have you tried and do you love? And how many of them do you love that you can speak about them in your sleep? So for anybody, for me, for you, same thing. If you're not seeing the PV right, then you can tell them, hey, check how crazy about you are and how you present how crazy you are. Also saying, hey, this is so good, try. Or, oh my God, my teeth were so yellow and my husband was refusing to kiss me, but after this toothpaste and toothbrush, look at my teeth. I've had someone say that to me. I'm like, well, go out there and now you're ready. Just add more products. Or your hair starts to regrow. These products are in its own league. Atomy products are so great. There are good products out there. They're great products out there. But with the money that you spend on it, there's no way. There's no access to these type of products with the money we spend, $2, $10. So if it's a PV, you cannot do, Sales Master is all about PV. Even if you don't have anybody running for Sales Master yet, it's about PV. So I would check with yourself and try everything. And if you don't like some of it, then talk to someone or go to the videos and see what's the key point of this product so you can relay. So be proactive. When you're working out, you get the gym an hour of your precious evening. You want to get the best results. You want to get everything done. So you need to know why you're doing the squat. It's for your glutes. It's for this. It's for that. And you hit that spot. And this going to Sales Master meeting, you need to spread the word of the products. So I will check that and see. I hope that helps, Sonia. Thank you. Oh, I am actually earned twice general commission. Yes. Oh, okay. Israel. Hey, you have the best sponsor. So tonight you call Israel. That is my answer. He will tell you exactly what needs to happen. I didn't see that. Sorry. Yeah. Right, Mike? And he will be able to ask you questions. So what happened? What was the problem? That's the consultation. Okay. And once you adjust the way you do your 8 steps, and then you duplicate. If someone comes, hey, Sonia, I want to do Atomy business, then you already spoke to Israel, you know what needs to happen in a better direction or better ways, then you basically train the person the same way. That's duplication, right? So I think it looks like you need to consult. So pick up your phone or just text. Well, these days, apparently, young people, you don't call, you have to text first. So Israel's kind of young, I think. So you text him and see, Israel, could you give me a call or text me back when you have a few moments? We've been polite because we don't own his time. Is it possible that I speak to you for a few minutes? I am really trying hard, but I have some questions. I'd like to have a consultation with you. And you go from there. Okay, Sonia, thanks for your question.
Yeah, thank you.
Great.
Essie. Hope that answer. You know, it takes time for our members, even for yourself, to see Atomy vision. Just ask yourself how long it takes you until you see the Atomy vision. Some of us could be a year, some of you could be like me in just 2 weeks, right? But some of my partners, it took them 2 years, right? So everyone is different. So I think it really digs down into every own law of own mind. I'm sure everyone have watched that video from our chairman Park, the law of own mind. And that's a very good video. I actually recommend everyone here just watch it, because once you understand the law of own mind, you will take the burden of your own mind and then let them decide, right? Your role, my role, everyone's role here is just to introduce Atomy to them, introduce or show the vision, show the plan to them, and let them decide, and then let the burden off your back, okay?
All right.
So if no one asks more questions, we're gonna continue and we're gonna finish this business class. So thanks
Perfect.
once again, Generous Master Essie Lee from Canada for the great lecture, 8 Steps to Success. This is the the first step that you want to follow before you even start your business. So we finished 5 business classes in the past 5 weeks. So we still have another 4 weeks to come. But next week, we're gonna have a little break, but we're gonna continue on November the 7th. It will be Generous Master Israel Kim. He will be sharing the daily 8 core habits. And then it will be 2 weeks later, it will be me, Generous Master Mike Sujadi. I'll be explaining about the Auto Sales Master. And the week after that, it will be Royal Master Janet Ma from Canada, the guest speaker. She will share about her road to success. And a week after that, we're gonna close our business class this year, season 2, with our Diamond Master Ju Armstrong. She will explain about the life scenario. Thanks so much, everyone. Once again, let's open our microphone. Let's unmute everyone. We're gonna recite to close our business class tonight. Okay, company motto, everyone ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Go! Cherish the spirit. Embrace the vision. Follow the faith. Serve in humility. Aja. Thanks so much, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. See you 2 weeks.
Yes,
Bye,
everyone. Good day, everyone.
Bye.
Good evening.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
구독, 좋아요 눌러주세요.